Hello, everybody, and welcome to It Matters Radio. If this is your first time joining us, we are so happy that each Sunday we have a very special show where we actually introduce you to the people behind the music. And it's called our musical guest interviews. I always love them because, it's great to hear the music, but I think the fans should also connect with the artist. So, Carrie, I see a really good looking guy sitting here with us tonight. So, what can you introduce us?
You're too
Oh,
kind.
this is such a treat for me because I like and can almost love grunge music because of Ben Overlaet and Tithonus. Now, Ben Overlaet and I think it's Jan Van Woesel, is that correct? And your brother Dave
Yes,
uh,
yeah.
came together and put together this great grunge band. How did you come up with the name Tithonus? That's the first question I have for you, Ben.
Yeah, well, I came up with a name. I can't remember where I got it from. I know where I got it from, but I can't remember how I came by the name, which book or whatever. But it's from Greek mythology.
Okay.
Maybe you know about Tithonus, the story?
No, I don't. I
Well,
wanted you to
actually,
tell us the
I
story.
thought it was rather wonderful because it's typical Greek mythology in that sense that it's always it ends always uh, in a minor, you know. So we have Tithonus, which is immortal. His wife is a goddess, and she asks Zeus to make her husband into a god. So Zeus says okay, but he forgets. He becomes a demigod actually, Tithonus. Um, but Zeus forgets to give him eternal life. So he won't die, but he will get older and older and older. And at the end, his wife turns him into a caterpillar. So that's the minor. So that's what I like about the story. So it all goes. It should.
So,
And I
this
like
is,
the name, of course, just
well,
the aesthetics of the name. So
I like it too because here you are, you're creating music as a caterpillar, and it soon turns
yeah,
into a butterfly, right?
yeah. It's more than we
so
can say about Tithonus himself, but yeah.
Yes, it's
well,
true.
I think the caterpillar image is really relevant for your band because you started out with two songs
Yeah.
and you played them in a very unusual place. It was your first public appearance. And let's see, the songs were Movements, and I
Yeah.
love this title, I Want to Disappear into the Black Back of the Night Watch.
Yeah.
I just love that. So those were your first two songs. Tell me about how that happened and where you performed your first public appearance.
Well, actually, Tithonus started out as a two-headed band. It was Jan and myself, and we at the beginning we were very much focused on noise. It was more of a noise band, noise rock, whatever you want to call it. And we had a 70-minute long noise piece, which we played live, and those two songs you mentioned, which we also played within those 70 minutes of noise. So you had a noise rock-ish set. So mainly noise, but it turned into a rock song, which would be Movements, as example, which then turned into noise smoothly, soundscapes, and then to another rock song, and so forth. 70 minutes long.
Wow.
And
Seven.
we recorded the sets live, but those two songs, "Movement" and "I Want to Disappear in the Black Bag of the Night Watch," we recorded in a studio, and
Wow.
that was our first recording actually. But then we were a two-man's band. So Jan on drums and occasional guitar, and myself guitar and vocals.
Wow.
And then my brother, no, my brother joined the band on bass, and because of that, I started to write more structured songs because of the
Right.
bass guitar. That's how I came to be writing more grungy indie rock, if I can call it that. It's quite difficult to pinpoint a kind of music. And then Jan left the band. Tim, the drummer, another drummer, joined the band for 2 or 3 years. Then he had to leave because he has a very small family. He's married to with two very small children. So it was very difficult for him to combine music and family.
Right.
Which is a pity because he was a rather good drummer. And then Jan came back as a full-time drummer. So
Right.
here we are now. Jan on drums, my brother bass guitar and backing vocals, and myself guitar and vocals.
Tell me what your definition is of grunge music, because I know for the basic that I remember came from Seattle. That's the grunge
That's right.
that
It is. It's a hard nut to crack because indeed, with every music, you can't just pinpoint something down. You can't just frame music indeed. But actually, for me. In the 90s, they started to call many music styles grunge. Actually, Alice in Chains and so on. But I always thought that actually Nirvana was real grunge.
Nirvana, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because that's what I think. When I heard them, I thought, okay, this is it. And then other bands from Seattle and the States, other places in the States, it came surfed on the success of grunge, so to speak. With all due respect, of course, they are great bands, but they started to call them all grunge,
Hmm.
and I think I can't say what defines grunge, of course, because
Okay.
that would be a bit silly. There's not one sound or
Okay.
but well, I think. Well, if I think about grunge, I think about Nirvana. That's it. That's just my that's the thing. That's my opinion. Not really opinion, but that's what I think about. And a few things from the Smashing Pumpkins,
Hmm.
and
Yes.
a few things of Sonic Youth. That's yeah. I think Nirvana is more of a grunge band than for example Alice in Chains.
Okay.
Yes.
Not to
Yes.
say that I don't like Alice in Chains, but that's something completely different, and I can't explain why. Actually, I think it's the thing that Kurt Cobain did and did as the best was that the combination of punk with pop and
Yeah.
and a little bit of surrealism in lyrics.
Yes.
Not just in your face like this is what I feel, this is and so on, and I think that's what makes it stand out. Anyway,
From the others.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really hard to place music in a specific genre, to tell you the
Of
truth.
course, it is. Yeah,
Because each band has their own unique sound. And
absolutely.
if they're a good band anyway, they don't want to be copying everybody else. They want to
Yeah,
bring what they have to the audience.
yeah.
So, but you have to name it because people ask you to. So you have to put a
Yeah,
name on it.
that's how, yeah, that's our language. If we want to be able to speak to each other, we have to pinpoint things down
Yeah.
to make it a bit easier. But the same goes with punk when it happened in the 70s.
Yes.
Suddenly everything became punk. It became a lifestyle.
Right.
But actually, yeah,
Well, now
Nobody.
you had the crossover now in
Yeah,
between. People put punk in with other types of music.
yeah,
So it's quite interesting to tell you the truth, the music
yeah.
that's coming out. And
Mhm.
I think people are doing so much with electronics also.
Mm.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
that it's things we couldn't do years ago. I mean, we might have had a Moog synthesizer or something, but that was it years ago, and it has evolved so much. Quite interesting that, and I can't wait to hear more and more and more.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
but
So
Carrie, I think we need to take a break
we'll take a break and we'll
and
come
listen
back.
to some more music
Yeah.
so the folks will understand what Ben's been talking about, and then we'll come right back and we'll speak a little bit more with Ben. All right,
Wonderful.
see you in a few.
going around in circles, making it abundantly clear he's hiding behind that words. He's always employing new tricks, I can't seem to figure them out. Anyway, I'm bored. She's cold and heavy to carry, have to keep her close. Control slips away. You can't begin to imagine how long it took me to see this place is devoid of play. Swallowed up by all of these choices, I don't appear very strong. What I think I'll tell will not make me stay very long. Sleeping hard with memories of faces I've been through. They belong to me, maybe just a little to you.
Hello and welcome back to It Matters Radio. Today we have the delight of interviewing Ben Overlaet of the great band Tithonus. So Ben, you came out with two CDs. One was titled Safe, and the other one is self-titled, which I believe is called Tithonus. And there was some great music on there. Talk a little bit about Hurricane and Beefcake. I love those two songs. Talk a little bit about those two.
Well, quite difficult to tell something about a song. Well, Hurricane. The funny thing about Hurricane is I came up with the song. Well, mostly I play. I find a song on guitar and vocals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a drummer. I'm not a bass player, so I leave that to them, of course. So I come to the rehearsals with a song. It has my guitar and vocals, and I leave the rest to them. Jan on the drums and Dave for the bass parts. But the funny thing is that the song hasn't got anything to do with the hurricane. But my brother Dave heard the song for the first time and felt it was something like a hurricane. And I didn't have a title, and I think it's very difficult to because if I write a song, I mean the lyric wise.
Mm-hmm.
If I write lyrics, it's never about one thing. I find a sentence, and the next sentence is maybe about something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And the original meaning comes back within a few lines, and then blah blah blah, etc. So it's a mixture of things, of impressions. So giving a song a title is very difficult. So when Dave said hurricane, I thought, yes, why not? It could be called anything. And so hurricane. That's where the title rather came from.
Well,
Sorry.
he could say it hit you like a hurricane. This music.
That's
Yeah.
what he said. Yeah, that's what they
Yes.
told me. So yeah, he said, "Whoa, it's a hurricane." Oh, fair enough. Then we go with hurricane, okay? Because there's no number. I think there is no song that's about one thing. So
Right.
So you
Right.
you do most of the writing of your music, or
yes,
do you?
sometimes I will have a full song, and then again I mean guitar vocals, because drums and bass is entirely up to them, how they fill in the gaps. Maybe sometimes I have a small idea, drum wise or bass wise. Maybe, but the thing, hey, I mean, if I write a song, it's on guitar. That's my instrument. So I'm not going to tell them what to play on their own instruments. And sometimes I can come to a rehearsal with just a piece, a few bits and bobs,
Yes.
so to speak. So it depends. Sometimes I have a full song with chorus and lyrics and blah blah blah. And sometimes just a few lines, a few noises, a few sounds. It depends.
So they collaborate with you because
Yeah.
you bring the basic bones of it to them,
Yes.
basic
Yeah.
structure, and they fill in what they get from your lyrics and your vocals and your melody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. Basically, there is one song that came about because of Dave's bass, because of an idea that Dave had on bass. We don't play it anymore. It's a good song.
What?
It's an older song. It's an older song. But anyway, I was at Dave's place a few years ago, and he had a bass tune,
Uh-huh.
just a progression, a few 2 or 3 chords, and I started to play guitar on them, and voila, a song was born. So that's the other way it can work as well. So I don't say I will always come up with the first idea. Sometimes it's the bass, or sometimes the drums. If Jan finds something on drum, and then we think, oh, that sounds great. It happened before, so yeah.
Well, that's
But I
great.
think
I also love.
I like to say that mainly I write the song.
All right.
I love Beefcake. Tell
Sorry?
us a little bit about that song, Beefcake. That's a great
Beefcake.
song.
Oh, yeah, you like that?
Hmm.
Oh, wonderful. Well, again, actually, it's quite. I don't want to sound bold, but it's really about a few things in one. As always, beefcake. I just came up with that. We all know what beefcake means, and I encountered one, and I just thought it was a good title.
It is a great. It's a great song.
Yeah, yeah, but I think I don't want to steal someone's ideas, but when they spoke to Nirvana, there was one of the many interviews. Um, Kurt Cobain said, "Music is number one,
Yes.
and lyrics come second." And I couldn't agree more. I really couldn't agree more. It's about what the music does to you, and lyrics can be important, of course, but also for me, the music comes is number one.
Mhm.
You see? So,
Yeah.
so I don't want people to think that the song is about a beefcake,
Right.
and every line in the song is about encountering someone indeed with that description. Absolutely not. It's just the same as in with Hurricane. It just yeah, just a title.
It just evolved, basically,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
And
it's great.
and I'm thinking that people when because you don't just focus on like one little story in there. I think each person comes back with their own feeling about the song and its meaning also.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
correct. Yeah, yeah, true enough.
Right.
Like poetry, really. If you have different layers, not just one piece. And
Yes.
yeah, that's true
Yeah.
enough. Eh?
Ben, I think you made a hit with Punky because she woke up and came over
She woke
here.
up and she's listening to your music. So, speaking of your music, Ben, where can we find you? I know you're on Facebook.
Yeah,
Where can people go to purchase your music? And I think you also have a website, correct?
yeah. You can find the link to our website on the Facebook page, and you can find everything actually on the Facebook page. To be honest, you can find our link to Bandcamp.
Okay.
There you can listen to our latest recordings, like Beefcake, Hurricane, and Phantasmagoria, and other songs I will send to you. So I think if you and SoundCloud, of course,
Yes.
Okay.
SoundCloud as well. If you go to our website, you can find a link to a small biography
Uh,
from the things we are talking about right
mhm.
now. Actually, how did we start it and blah blah blah. And the CDs, of course, the albums. Um, as I told you, the last one is only digital, so
Mm.
it's not yet printed. Maybe we'll never print it. I don't know. I don't know. We have to. We're not that rich of a rich a band. But we
Hear
yeah
that? Hear
yeah
that?
yeah.
So, besides music, you seem to have a interesting hobby, which is painting, and you have some paintings that we can sort of see behind you. What got you interested in painting, and do you do that as a hobby to relax?
No. Well, actually, to be honest, I don't have hobbies.
Okay,
I tend to take everything serious. That's one of
okay.
my faults, I suppose. So no, it's actually I painted when I was younger.
Mhm.
I Then I began to make installation art, and then I studied philosophy. So that installation art and paintings got a bit.
You kind of
Uh,
put that to the
yeah,
side.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. To concentrate on my studies, and then I did I have a doctorate degree in philosophy actually.
Wow,
Yeah,
excellent,
thank you.
excellent.
And now
Ben,
suddenly I started to paint again. So I don't know why actually. I just
You,
yeah,
okay,
after a few paintings, I'm tired of it again, and I'll stop.
yeah, you want to stop. So, Ben, speaking of Greek gods, who do you think you best represent?
Oh dear.
he's Zeus. No, no.
No, 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 never, never in a million years. No, no. I think, well, I think a character like Tithonus, because he tries so hard and he falls on his nose. I think I like that. Yeah, that I don't like heroes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The one that always stands up and saves the day. That's not interesting.
You're the
I,
unsung hero,
Unsung hero.
huh?
there you go.
That's what they
Yeah.
call
That's
it.
that's great.
It's much
That's
more
great.
romantic. You know,
It
it's
Right.
yes, it is. Very
Right.
much so.
a
So
cliche. I know.
so Ben, are you and the band going to be performing anytime soon, and where at for your fans?
Well, at the moment we are working with Azaria Paris. Maybe you heard of it. That we do. Um, he has two venues interested so far, and I
Hmm.
believe one is in Germany as well. I'm in Belgium here, and I
Mhm.
believe in Germany as well. But we don't have any more information at this moment.
Okay.
So that's all we know. Two venues in Belgium are interested, and one in Germany.
Right.
So
And more will be coming.
Right.
Because you're
yeah,
just
yeah,
Right.
of course, yeah. But anyway, all information is to be found on Facebook
Please.
at the proper moment. So it's all getting up on Facebook and maybe Twitter and anything that
Hmm.
can hold that information.
yeah,
Okay.
and people can share that also.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I think it's in Leuven, but I don't think you know the town. One of the venues, I mean.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Room 66, Rock Cafe in Belgium. But anyway, as I said, it will be on Facebook.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny. Uh, Is that the Route 66 that they're talking about in the U.S.?
No, for
You have
if
a
only.
Route 66 there?
No, no, I said room
A
66.
Oh,
room?
room
Yeah,
66.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Sorry about that.
It's
Room
Route
66.
66 is quite long, so where do
Yes,
we play?
very long.
Long road. All right. So, Ben, I'm going to ask you one last question.
All right.
What advice would you give to young grunge rock bands, and what would be your best advice to them starting out?
Well, my best advice would be the worst advice, which
Okay.
would be, yeah, which would be don't compromise.
Ah,
Just
I think
that's
that's
that's that's all I can say. Just too many bands are well, do compromise, and it damages the music. You
You
know what I
know,
mean?
Ben, I think
Uh,
that's the best advice you can give them because they're not being themselves if they
yeah,
right.
compromise. They're not bringing who they are as a band to the fans.
yeah. It may sound quite naive, but well, yeah. I think just play and show that middle finger a bit more often. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you
good
mean.
advice.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't let
Great advice.
people change you. Yeah,
Right,
because
yeah,
you're
right.
yeah.
because
And stay a bit uncertain. That's always that it's good for creativity. Don't be too certain about yourself. Don't think you can save the world by your music or lyrics. Just be uncertain enough. You know what I mean?
yes,
Right.
That you
absolutely.
just stay with both feet on the ground and just I mean, just you have to how do you say it in English?
I'm trying to think of the word also.
Uh,
Uh, um,
Stand your ground, maybe.
stay focused,
Focused.
no,
and well, I
well,
think
that uncertainty. Let's just stick to that. That's a
okay,
beautiful word.
that sounds
Just
good
stay a bit
and it
uncertain.
fits.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
Yeah, because if
there's
you're
many great musicians and artists as a whole were quite uncertain about their abilities. Never forget that. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's yeah, that's what I would say. don't compromise and stay a bit uncertain. And
That's good advice. That's really good advice. I like that. That's really
I
cool.
like it also. Well, Ben, it has been such a pleasure speaking
Thank
with
you
yes,
so
you.
much.
me too. Yes, thank
I
you for
hope
having
that you and the
me.
whole band will come back maybe in 6 months
In a
or
year
a
or two,
year or
all three,
yeah, and we can
we'd love
speak
to
with
have
you
you back.
and see what you're doing, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Wonderful.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
Ben.
Thank you.
You take care, okay?
Take care,
Yeah.
Ben.
Okay, bye
Thank
Bye
you so
bye,
much.
everybody.
bye.
Bye bye.
Carrie,
All right.
Ben has to me he said much that
Mm-hmm.
many other artists that we've spoken with haven't said because he is sticking to his own sense of music
Yes.
no matter what, and he's
Mm-hmm.
not copying anybody else.
Right.
And that kind of shows a true artist. And I'm not saying that other guests we've had on aren't doing that, but
Right.
some bands try to sound like somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
and you never get the excellence of who they are because they're not being who they are. They're trying to sound like somebody else is.
Right. I love that line that he said though. Stay uncertain.
Yeah.
That to me is so cool. It's like wow.
Well,
Stay uncertain.
it opens you up to other avenues.
Right.
You're not just stuck in this one, okay, this is all we're going to play forever and ever. It opens it up so that you can go other areas with your
Mm-hmm.
music. And that's so true. It's so true.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that everyone who has met Ben today will check out the Facebook page. And Carrie, what's the Facebook page under? Do you know?
Tithonus.
The
Tithonus. Tithonus.
Tithonus.
And they also have a fan page also. I think that's listed on their main page, the
Yeah,
Tithonus page.
yeah, and artists adore it when they hear it from their fans. So I hope
Please.
that you who loved his music as we did will stop by and say hello to him and let him know
Mm-hmm.
because it means so much.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, and Carrie, I'm ready for some more music from
I am
Tithonus.
too.
Okay,
Cool.
we're gonna leave you now with some more music, and we'll see you next Sunday. Night, Carrie.
Bye.
Bye.
lost of me. Compulsive sarcasm.